Да, сега вече. А, чува.
Чуваш ли? Чуваш.
Какво викаш?
Are altul are mai deschis și am arătat că nu l-a să ok. E recunoscut pe aia. Deci la ambele echipe. De-aia am făcut cu ei în spate, că n-ai cum să fie
Краси. Ти извън. Да стане. Тук. Аз нямам чертичката, да, не съм, че няма. Моделата се. Ако има нещо на извикане, да пресвърши. Даш ли? Да, ба. Той на микрофон ли трябва да говори? На микрофон ли трябва да говори? Аз къде какво? Дайте сега да му кажем все пак. През този микрофон.
Това е за стрима.
Да, това е за стрима, като говориш по микрофон.
Окей.
Може само една проба да направим, колко близко.
Чек, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, чек, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6.
Още един път.
Чек, 6. 1, 2, 3, чек, 6. Welcome to the Academic Stadium for the sixth round of the Danube American Football League.
Само секунда тук да е
Да. Дайте просто да си сложа листите под него, да ги затисна, защото няма проблем да са под него. Просто да има тежест върху тях. Върху тях няма да държа нищо. Просто, примерно, ето така да бъдат.
Да,
Една плица.
само е това.
Не, няма. Аз просто нещо да ги затисне и няма да имам нищо повече. Аз тук си отгръщам каквото ми трябва.
Може чашки някъде там заедно. Един стик, ширин пари.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Academica Stadium in Sofia for the sixth round of Danube American Football League. Today, the Sofia Bears play host to the Bucharest Titans in a game which will decide who will get the home field advantage in the semifinals in just 2 weeks' time. The winner plays at home, while the loser today will have to travel and play away this important match in the next round. The Bears in white won the toss. They elected to defer, and now it's time for the kickoff. Fielded at around the 10-yard line. And back to the somewhere around the 30-yard line. This is where the Bucharest Titans will start their first offensive series. Both teams played just less than a month ago in a torrential rain in Bucharest. The Titans won a tight match. However, it doesn't mean much today because simply you need to win to be at home in 2 weeks' time for the semi-final. Now the men in black, so the Bucharest Titans, are at their first offensive snap of the match. Titan starts from a pistol. 2 split ends at both sides of the offensive line. And a simple draw down the middle, which gains around 2, maybe 2.5 yards. Schreiber, number 42, the running back of the Titans, stopped close to the yard of scrimmage. This one is incomplete. Samuel's Armstead try was incomplete, and it will be third down and around 7 or maybe even more, even 10 yards for the Titans. Somewhere around the 38, 39 yard is the line of gain to get a new fresh set of downs. Armstead walking around, dancing around. Flushed out of the pocket, trying to gain the yardage by legs, but he's pushed out of bounds somewhere around the 34, 35 yards. And this is where the third down of the Titans ends. So they have a decision now to make, whether to punt or go for it, even though they're deep in their own territory. But I think it's close enough, so they will play for it. They will go for it and try to convert the first fourth down of the match. Spread formation. Armstead, no pressure, and this pass is dropped. So it will be incomplete, and the Titans go for an out. And it's a great starting position for the Bears for their first offensive series, already in the Titans' half, not only in the plus territory, but close to the first points of this match. So no first down for the Titans, and maybe just 5 or maybe 6 yards gain on the offensive series. And this is where the boys in white come to play. Christian Chan on the center, a long-time quarterback for the Bears. He stepped away from the game for a number of years, then came back. So now back under the center in a classical offset I formation on the first down. Straight up the gut. Gain of maybe 6, maybe even 7 yards. Good job on the offensive line. Keep an eye on number 28 in the Titans team. Actually, he's a Bulgarian player. He is part of the Bulgarian 7-on-7 league. He plays for Varna Sharks. And now he's one of the import players in the Titans, number 29, Dimitrov. A powerful guy. Second and less than 2. And once again on the ground, they're just carving the opponent, Shannon Pereira, with a first down. And the chain gang moves up. So it will be a new, fresh set of downs for the Bears. Shannon Pereira goes out for a short breather. And the Bears will continue their ground and pound attack. First down and 10. There is a stoppage of play because of a technical malfunction in the chain gang, but it's now all sorted and it will be first down and 10 for the Bears. Close to the red zone. They are knocking on the doors of probably the first points of this match. Fake. It will be a quarterback keeper, and Chan runs on the left side. He's got a good cordon of blockers in front of him. Stopped after a gain of 2.5, maybe 3 yards. It will be second and around 7, so they keep on track. If you try to run on the first down, 3 yards is basically the minimum you have to gain to stay on track and not be forced to throw the ball. This is what exactly the Bears are doing right now. Second and less than 7. It's Chan on the center again. The first pass of the match for the Bears. It's close to the end zone, but it is dropped. It was right between the numbers, but wide receiver Andrei Raikov, number 85, one of the young guys in the team, simply could not hold the ball, so it will be third down and 7. Third down and 7 not necessarily mean that they will try to gain all in one try, because the Bears don't have that reliable of a kicker, so maybe they will try to gain most of the yards and then try to convert on fourth to keep their offense on the field, but we'll see. On the ground, stopped for a short gain, and now they have a decision. It's not that close for a cheap shot field goal, and yeah, they will definitely stay on the field and go for it on fourth down. After all, they're deep enough in the opponent's territory, so even though they don't convert eventually, the Titans will have a long field ahead of them until the end zone. 4th and 4 for the Bears. Just inside the 20-yard line. Again on the ground, and they are pushing and pushing, and it will be enough for a first down. They just pushed him all the way over the first down line, and the Bears keep on moving close to the 10-yard line. It will be close to first and goal. There is a stoppage on the play, and it will be a timeout for the Titans. So they set up their red zone defense. Time for a short breather. Today's not that hot of a day in Sofia, probably around 21, 22 degrees with a white wind. The Titans chose to play the second and the fourth quarter with the wind in their backs. This was their decision after they lost the coin toss. So now they're against the wind, but as you saw in their short offensive series, it didn't make that much of a difference. Maybe the pass was a little bit inflected by the wind. It felt short, but we'll see when they take the ball again on offense. And the question is, what will be the score when this happens? Right now, still it's scoreless, but the Bears are close to the end zone, and their ground attack is still a big question mark for the opponents. First and just outside the 10-yard, first and 10, just outside the 10-yard line. Chan to pass. It's dropped. It was right in the hands, but it was dropped. It was a short slant. Beautiful concept, but Nikolai Georgiev just dropped the ball. Second down and 10. It would have been an interesting connection because Georgiev was the QB of the Bears when Chan was out of football, and when Chan came back, Georgiev transferred back to the wide receiver position, and yeah, it will be something of a symbolic pass, but it didn't happen. Second down and 10 on the ground, and nobody stops him. He goes to the end zone, and yes, it is the touchdown, the first points of the game. Well, they tried a number of times, but the Titans could not find the answer, and it was a march on the ground all the way to the end zone. Atanas Atanasov with the first points of today's contest. It's the Bears 6 and the Titans now with the extra point to come, or maybe the extra 2 points, because as I said, the Bears do not have that reliable kicker, so it will be a good chance to try to go for 2 just to keep the opponent further away. There we go for 1. Roberto Barakov, the new kicker, young guy, mainly untested in international play, but well, why not give him a try here. The extra point, but there is a flag on the line of scrimmage. It will be interesting. Who is the penalized team? Offside against the defense. So with the ball being moved a little yard to the end zone, maybe the Bears will decide to go still for 2. From there, they have a much bigger chance to convert the 2-point. No, they will still keep Roberto Barakov on the field for a cheap shot. Bad snap, but still good shot, good kick, and it's an extra point. Some pushing and shoving and extracurriculars after the successful kick, but everything is sorted, and it's 7-0 for the Sofia Bears. It plays just over 35 yards and 9-yard touchdown run, but by Atanas Atanasov, the extra point by Roberto Barakov, and it's 7-0 for the Bears in the 6th round play of the Danube American Football League match between the Bears and Bucharest Titans. Roberto Barakov to kick off. The field is a little shorter, so it was a discussion between both teams. It's short by something around 10 yards, but they still decided to kick from the 35 as per rules. A little shorter kick, but Schreiber is tackled in the backfield. He's desperately trying to gain some ground, and it's warmed by people in white and finally brought down short of the 30-yard line. A lot of ground to cover, but not that much of a room after the catch. So it will be another long field for the Bucharest Titans in their second offensive series of the afternoon. Samuel Armstead, once again from a pistol formation. Unlike the Bears and their blueprint for success, which was keep the ball on the ground and pound the defense. Titans start from the pistol, and Armstead goes all the way across the half line and into the Bears territory. Quarterback keeper that fooled everybody in white. So it was a lot of green grass in front of the Titans QB, and this is the first down of the game for the away team. To split ends to the left. Bagat Gamal Eldin, number 9, is a very tall player, yet he hasn't seen a ball thrown in his direction yet on the ground. And Henry Owusu gains close to the first down, maybe even across the first down line. It will be second and short. It will be second and short for the Titans. Or no, it will be a fresh set of downs for the Bucharest Titans. Already on the 30-yard line of the Bears. Shotgun, or close to a shotgun, and the pass is caught, and it will be let's wait for the signal. Close to the end zone, but there is a flag in the backfield. There is a flag in the backfield, and it will be holding against the Titans. So the play is negated, and the 10-yard penalty will put the Titans into a 1st and 20 situation. An international crew with referees from Romania and Serbia. And this is the first major penalty of the game. Basically, is the second penalty at all in the game. The first one was against the Titans as well, near their goal line on the extra point try. But this one is quite significant because they're back at the 32, 33-yard line with the 1st and 20. Actually, not the 1st and 20 because from the line of holding, but somewhere around 18 yards. Hit as he throws, but still caught. Excellent job by Chad Turner, number 7 of the Titans. A free runner towards the quarterback, but just a tad late, and Armstead was able to throw the ball just before being hit by Vanko Ivanov. So they overcame the 1st and 18 play, the penalty, and now it's 1st and goal for the Titans. Pistol formation with Owusu in the backfield. And it will Owusu down the middle. Nifty run and close to the end zone. Close to the end zone, maybe a couple of yards short of the goal line. It will be 2nd down. And a short 3 for the Titans. Owusu on the ground, tackled. Excellent work by number 58, one of the stalwarts on the defensive line of the Sofia Bears, Simeon Vasilev, a long-time member of the defensive line. And he simply said, there is no place for you. It will be 3rd and goal. Still maybe a yard or a little more to gain for the Titans. on the way to their first score of the match. And it will be a false start. It will be a false start. Number 78 rolls up earlier and the ball wasn't even snapped. He basically forgot on which clap he was supposed to rise and the ball will be snapped. So 5 yards back. Alexandru Andonie guilty of the infraction, and it will be 3rd and goal now from the 7-yard line. And it's still a very suspicious situation. The snap was dropped, the play goes on, there is a whistle, and that's a lot of things to sort, but it's incomplete. But I can swear that there was a whistle before the play, and the side judge came with a signal that it was an offside against the Bears. Let's check the umpire. It is. Number 59 was in the neutral zone before the snap. There is no number 59 in the team. 58. Okay, it's Semyon Vasilev who made the previous play. So 5 yards back and 3 yards forward, because the penalty is half the distance to the goal, which means 3rd and around 3 yards for the Titans. Vasilev tried to time his jump, and well, to be honest, the offensive line wasn't set at the snap, but there we go, another 3rd down. And this time he came to the first tackle, and it's a touchdown. And it's a touchdown, number 42 for the Titans. Bill Schreiber with the first 6 points for the Bucharest Titans today. It's 7-6 before the extra point try for the visiting team. Your extra point is blocked. There is a whistle. There is a whistle. So according to the rules, when the point is blocked, the ball is still alive and can be returned for 2 points from the defense. But never mind. The play is dead, and it's 7-6 for the Sofia Bears with the kickoff to come. Begat Gamal Eldin's shot was very low, line drive, which was straight into the chest of Sofia Bears defender, and it will be no good. 7-6 for the Sofia Bears, close to the end of the first quarter, and the 6th round match of the Danube American Football League here in Sofia at the Academica Stadium. Emo Gurianov deep to return the kickoff alongside Nikolai Georgiev. Gurianov with number 1, Georgiev with number 10. A line drive which will go through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So at least the Titans ensure that there will be no return, and the Bears will have to start somewhere deep in their own territory, their second offensive series of the day. The first offensive series went as great as possible for the Bears, with a lot of ground attack, and they were simply unstoppable with their running game. Let's see what the defense will make as adjustments for this series. A 4-man front and a stacked box anticipating a run. And this is exactly what happens. Shannon Pereira searching for a hole and goes down after maybe a couple of yards. It will be 2nd and 8 for the Sofia Bears at the 22-yard line in their own half. Still no completions for the Bears, 2 drop balls in the red zone and a lot of success on the ground. Somewhere like an incarnation of the West Coast, except the short passes concept. Establish the run so then you can open up the pass game. A fake. Nikolai Georgiev has a decoy on a jet sweep to the right. The ball was kept by Shannon Pereira and will be 3rd down and somewhere around 2, maybe 2.5 yards for the Bears. Still Pereira, still to the left. And no, it will be short. And it won't be enough for a 1st down. Now a decision to make for the Bears. But, oh no, this is a 1st down signal, so they convert it. And it will be a fresh set of downs for the Sofia Bears. First and 10 for the Bears. Chan looking to pass, and it's Georgiev to the right, and Georgiev is getting strike, but a little short, and it may very well be a flag, and it will be for unnecessary roughness, and it will be a free 15 yards for the Sofia Bears. Long after the play, Georgiev was crushed by the defender, and it will be 15 yards for sure. A little rush of blood to the head. Begat Gamal Eldin in the center of everything in the last couple of plays as a kicker and now as a DB. So another timeout for the Titans. Interesting because this is their 2nd timeout and we're still in the 1st quarter. But their coach insisted on talking to the team. A little undisciplined on the backside this time. It was an overthrown ball by Chan to Georgiev, but Gamal Eldin came flying long after the ball was on the ground. And it will be a 1st down exactly at midfield for the Sofia Bears. Georgiev came on the wheel route on the previous play. He had a step ahead. He was a step ahead of the nearest defender, and if hit in stride, there was a good chance he will streak all the way to the end zone. But at least they got a new 1st down, so it will be 1st and 10 from midfield for the Sofia Bears. Pereira on the left, searching for an opening and gains less than 2 yards, 1.5 yards, something like this, and it will be 2nd and a little more than 8 for the Bears. Keep the ball on the ground, eat the clock, shorten the game, let the Titans defense stay on the field, and later in the game you will reap the benefits of this ball control. So this is simple, but it's been very successfully implemented by the Bears, and we'll see in the second half whether the Titans defense will be that fresh, and when the legs begin to tire, this is the plan for the Bears for the second half of the game. Chan walking to throw, keeping on the ground, and this one is incomplete, so it's all for 4 for Christian Chan today, and it will be a third down and almost 8 yards, maybe a little even more for the Sofia Bears. In normal situation, this is an obvious pass, but they probably will play on 4th down, so to at least keep it fourth and short will be a good thing for the Bears. But this pass is caught, and it's the first completion of the game, and it's right at the first down marker. And it will be interesting while the ball will be spotted. It will be first down for the Sofia Bears in the sure hands of Andrei Raikov, his first reception of the game, and it's 1st and 10 for the Bears at the 35-yard line. Georgiev to the right at the split end, 2 men in the backfield, the usual formation for the Bears. Simple, but still punishing, and it's Shannon Pereira, this time on the right. And a gain of a couple of yards. One of the final plays of the first quarter. It's 7-6 for the Sofia Bears in a game which decides who will have the home field advantage for the semi-final of the league in 2 weeks' time. Down the gut, and it's another fine run for Shannon Pereira, and basically a pancake block from Alexander Kenanov, number 55, who basically put a linebacker on his back, blocking for Pereira. And this should be the end of the first quarter or a stoppage and play. It's a first down. It's the end of the first quarter. The end of the first quarter, and it's 7-6 for the Sofia Bears. The teams will change ends, and we'll go with a 2nd and short, as it is for the Sofia Bears in their second offensive series of the match. This is the Danube American Football League, live from Academica Field in Sofia. 6th round of play. We're close to the semifinals, and this one decides who finishes 2nd and who finishes 3rd in the standings, and we'll know in maybe a couple of hours where these teams will face each other on Saturday, on Saturday after the next, in 2 weeks' time. See who will play for the title in the beginning of month of July. If you take a look at the Bears offensive line, Alexander Kenanov playing as a left tackle. He's not the prototype of a left tackle in terms of physique, but he's so agile and so strongly built that he makes him natural for this position, so to say. Very athletic guy who once was the part of the, as far as I know, some of the stunt doubles in the 300 movie. Chosen because of his physique. He played a couple of years in second division in US in college as a fullback. So a versatile player. Second and just less than 9 yards for the Bears. Christian Chan on the keeper, walking for a hole, and it's a very, wow, it's a crunching block. He absorbed the hit, and there are some extracurriculars on the field. Referees need to sort this, but it will be a first down. It will be a first down. Any potential penalty will be enforced after the gain of the first down. It was after the play. Let's check up with the crew. The Titans defender came flying long after the end of the play. He found himself on the ground. So they're still discussing. There is a flag thrown. So they have to assess the penalty. They pick up the flag, so there is no penalty. And it will be first and goal for the Bears at the 9-yard line. A whistle come from the side. A whistle come from the side, and there are still some things to discuss in the crew. They need to possession correctly the chain gang. So it won't be first and goal, it will be first and 10 from the 11-yard line. Basically, you simply cannot have a first down on the half-yard line. So basically, it's first and goal from the 11. And it's close to 4-yard gain. There's another flag. And the things are beginning to go very chippy. Atanas Tanasov with a nice gain, but we'll see what the flag is for. Once again, it's Bagat Gamal Eldin in the center of the field talking to the referee. Just keep calm. Just keep calm is the message for the players. No penalty, it will be second down. Just keep playing and be calm. After all, it's just a game. It's not a question of life and death. Second and around 8 for the Bears. Atanas Tanasov on the ground. He's basically the close to the goal line situation specialist. Another flag. Another flag. This will be holding probably, but still remains to be seen. A lot of laundry on the field during the first half of the match. And it looks like once again they pick up the flag, or maybe not. They're still in discussion. Well, as I told in the beginning, there is an international crew with Romanian and Serbian judges, and basically each of their leagues have their own implementation of the rules. And okay, so now we have a penalty enforced, and it will be for illegal use of hands because number 66 from Sofia Bears removed the helmet of the opponent. So the Bears will be fined 10 yards. It will be third and goal, but basically not third and goal, but it will be second and 13 or close to this. Atanasov, a lot of bodies in front of him, still managed. The play was blown dead. The ball came loose at the end, but the play was already blown dead. And if there is a fumble, it was still recovered by the Bears. It was Alexander Bogdanov who picked up the ball from the ground, but the play was already blown dead. So this will be a 3rd and goal, basically from the maybe the 5-yard line. And the Bears methodically drive the ball down the field. They're close to the end zone and their 2nd consecutive series with points. Adanovsky in the backfield and Viktor Vasev as a blocker in front of him. Pass to the left and this one is good and it's this one is short of the end zone. Now we have a 4th down. This one is a no-brainer. So close to the end zone, you have to go for it. Even if you don't succeed, you basically know that the opponent will have to try to run a couple of plays just to have some area for the eventual punt. But there will be no punt as this one is in the end zone. We're waiting for the signal, and it is a touchdown. It is a touchdown by Rafael Benbassat, and it's 13-6 for the Sofia Bears with an extra point to come. The team with the most will simply wins in such situations close to the goal line when it's will versus will. They just pushed the pile enough to give Benbassat the necessary space to dive over the end line, and it is over the goal line, and it's the 2nd touchdown of the game for the Bears with Roberto Barakov for the extra point. Barakov's shot is good, and it is 14-6 for the Sofia Bears. The Sofia Bears were reincarnated in 2009, and to be honest, in 17 years I've been following closely this team. I have never seen so sure kicker like Roberto Barakov now. They usually are very adventurous teams when it comes to extra points. Field goals are basically no goal, but Roberto Barakov gives them some more assurance that it can be done even from outside. Okay, they are still with the mentality it's a TD or bust, but still 14-6 to successful extra points by Roberto Barakov, and now he'll kick off from the 30-yard line of the Sofia Bears. Chad Turner deep in along with Schreiber deep in Titans territory to receive the kick. It's fielded by Turner, goes straight ahead, goes beyond the 30-yard line, still has the room on the left. Turner into Bears territory and is pushed out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A return of more than 50 yards for Chad Turner. Maybe this will be the spark for the Titans. They have two, so to say, quick series on offense. One ended with 4 and out, the other one with a touchdown, but their defense spent more and more time on the field. Also keep in mind that there are a number of players that play both offense and defense, and the more times on defense will turn the offense somewhat, will slow somewhat the offense towards the end of the game because of the fatigue. So it's a double-edged sword. Something to discuss for in terms of alignment for the Titans. So now everything is sorted, and it's 1st and 10. Another pistol formation, but this time Owusu is stopped close to the line of scrimmage. A gain of a yard, maybe yard and a half. This one is caught by Turner. Chad Turner with the deepest reception of the game. And it's more than 32, even 33 yards. Deep one, which setups a 1st and goal near the end zone. This time the Bears were caught asleep. And it will be 1st and goal. Also in the backfield. An option play, but tripped just after crossing the line of scrimmage. Another short gain for Owusu. Being so close to the end zone gives another dimension to the Titans attack. They have a lanky, very tall receiver in the aforementioned Begat Gamal Eldin, and in this situation you just throw the ball for grabs and let him rebound like in a basketball court. So maybe this is another play they will try. He split to the left, and it's to Turner, and it's no good. It's incomplete. He didn't have a feet inbounds after catching the ball. This time Gamal Eldin cleared, and they went to Chad Turner to the left. Third and goal. I think there is no doubt. There is no doubt that even if they don't succeed on third down, the Titans will go for it on fourth. So they have 2 plays to find the end zone. 3rd and goal for the Titans. Looking to pass. This time it is Turner, and it's 4th down. He's not in the end zone. And this is not the NFL when you need to have been touched to be down by contact. By the IFAF rules, anytime you touch the ground with a part different than your foot or the palm of your hand, you're considered down by contact. So in this case, without even being tackled, Turner simply went to the ground. Not that precise of a pass. He was cleared on the left, and he could have basically waltzed into the end zone had he caught the ball cleanly, which was not the case. After the timeout, it's 4th and goal for the Titans. Bears coach set up the goal line defense. Only Gamal Eldin to the left. And yeah, so and once again it's Turner. They can basically not give any attention to the left. There was not a ball thrown to the left, and the Bears defense could not stop them. It's a touchdown for the Bucharest Titans. So basically Popov was as a decoy. There wasn't a ball thrown to the right the whole time, but they still have to respect somewhat the threat, and 2 bodies committed on the left just to stay with the decoys. Cost Bears a man on the middle, and this is where the TD came from. Now they will play. They will go for 2 because of the missed extra point on the first TD, and the Titans will try to tie the game. Scanning the end zone, now trying with his legs, and it won't be enough. He stopped short of the goal line, so Samuel Armstead was not able to convert the 2-point attempt, so it stays the Bears 14, the Titans 12, and we are close to the middle of the second quarter in this round 6 match from the Danube American Football League. Somewhat of a broken play. All the options were covered. Armstead tried by his legs, but sort of half-hearted. He wasn't that determined to dive to the end zone if needed. He just, never mind. They'll have other opportunities, but the difference now is both times Bears had the extra point after a TD, and the Titans both times could not add a point, so the difference is 2, 14-12 for the Bears, with the kickoff from Begat Gamal to come. The Titans safety, who also is a place kicker for the visiting team. Deep and fielded by Emo Gurianov. Gurianov trying to find a blocker on the left. He's got some escort, but there is a flag. And in most cases, in such situation, it is against the receiving team for a holding. We'll check and see, but this flag probably will back the Bears by 10 yards. Rarely you see the kicking team commit an offense on the kickoff return. Illegal block on the back or holding. Holding is the exact call, so yeah. Bears will back up that 10 yards from the point of the infraction, and it will be 1st and 10. And the penalty was committed on the 30-yard line, so basically they will start from the 20. It's the equivalent of a touchback, so they have 80 yards. Well, in this case, around 70, because of the little shorter field that we play on today in Sofia. So 70 yards to the end zone to keep their streak alive. 2 series on offense, 2 touchdowns for the Bears so far. 1st and 10. With Shannon Pereira in the backfield, and the flag coming from the side usually means a holding, or maybe somebody crossed the line earlier. The penalty is against number 53, if I heard correctly. There is no 53 on the Bears. But basically there is no penalty after all, so it will be 2nd and around 7. Chan to pass, and it's caught, and it's a 1st down close to midfield. Christian Milenkov, no, it's Nikolai Georgiev, number 10. First reception by Nikolai Georgiev today, and the longest play of the afternoon for the Sofia Bears so far. You commit too many people in the box and you're susceptible to a deep pass, which is exactly what the Bears did on the previous play. So it will be 1st and 10 near midfield for the home team. Another run on the ground on 1st down, and another flag thrown from the secondary. A lot of things to sort out for the referees. Voting against the Bears. It will be second down and close to 17 now for the Bears. Now the Bears are in a hole. Second and 17 is not a situation you would like to be in, despite having basically 3 downs to gain a fresh set. Now maybe their hand will be forced and they will have to go through the air. Still on the ground. Still on the ground, and great burst by Christian Chan and an excellent tackle by Begat Gamal Eldin. He was punished for a dirty play in the previous quarter, but it was textbook tackle. Forced Chan out of bounds, and at least Chan gained something close to 7 yards. And well, third and around 10. Basically 2 downs to go. Atanas Tanasov in the backfield as a blocker. This one is caught, but short of the first down. Still, it gives a lot of options on fourth down. No, it's incomplete. It is incomplete, and now they will probably have to punt or not. They'll go for it. The Bears will go for it on fourth down, with Teemu Gurianov coming in. Well, it's an obvious pass situation. You just have to dial the right combination, dial the right play, and Teemu Gurianov is one of the not that heralded, that much heralded wide receivers, but he and Christian Milenkov are now split on the left. Fourth and just over 10 for the Bears. Chan, a short one, and it won't be enough. He tried to gain a lot of yards after the catch, but he was stopped short of the line of gain. Andrei Raikov, sure-handed, but let's check. Okay, now it's a fourth down. Now it is fourth and 5 for the Bears to convert. And a timeout. And a timeout for the Bears. The analytics say that when you cross midfield, you should go for it. No surprise here. The Bears will go for it on fourth down. They will keep the offense on the field. Just keep in mind that they can also try to draw Titans offside. It should be enough for a first down. A lot of possibilities for the Bears. They may go on a demi count to try to make them jump. It's not something that they usually do, but just to let you know, they play with a QB and the center. So from there, he can manipulate the count. He can try to make the Titans jump, and these 5 yards will be enough for a first down. It's one thing to scream when you are in the shotgun or pistol position 3 to 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but when you're down under the center and all the defensive line players that are ready to kill the QB are ready to jump and you try to manipulate them, It will be interesting. Fourth and goal. Not fourth and goal, fourth and around 5 for the Bears. And they will go for it. Chance to pass. And it's a deep one towards Milenko, but it's intercepted. And it's an interception for the Bucharest Titans. Well, basically this was not that deep of a punt, and it's the same equivalent. Chance pass was intercepted, but punt would have put Titans there. Well, in this situation, when you have fourth and down and a deep pass, the simplest solution was for the defender to knock off the ball. Then the Titans would have received the ball near midfield. Now there was simply something around 15 yards because the DB wants to go for the interception and to take care of his own individual stats. It's a problem with all levels of football in US, everywhere around the world, going for the play instead of thinking a field position. And it may not prove costly for the Titans, but still, it's 15 yards that they simply gave away with the interception and not knocking off the ball simply. On first down, he was in the grasp and the pass is incomplete. Well, the QB Sam Armstead was close to cross the line, but obviously it was a legal pass. Once you cross the line of scrimmage with all parts of your body, it's legal forward pass. It's a 5-yard penalty and a loss of down, but still, despite being in the grasp of the defender, Armstead was still behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for the Amsterdam Titans, for the Bucharest Titans, sorry. Amsterdam Titans were a team where Kurt Warner made a name for himself during Amsterdam Admirals, actually, in the late 90s. And from there, he went on to have his illustrious NFL career, which put him in the Hall of Fame. 3rd and goal. The short gain on the ground. Third and close to 8 yards for the Titans. An obvious situation to pass, and this one is incomplete. This was what I was talking about a couple of plays ago. Simply knock the ball. Will Hoosier, the American who plays for the Sofia Bears, knocked off the ball. And now we will have the first punt of the game, close to the end of the first half. Now it's a time for the Bucharest Titans to punt. It's simply way, way, way too deep in their own territory. So they decided to punt. Nathan Chikomba to return for the Bears, but there is a flag. Let's check with the referee. Delay of game. Delay of game, which means why have the distance to the goal as we are not in the... Never mind. Should have been 5 yards, but delay of game is a 5-yard penalty. Not half the distance to the goal as the ball was at the 16-yard line. Should have been 4th to go on from the 11-yard line, but never mind. It will move Chikomba a few yards closer to the middle of the field, close to midfield, and we'll have Begat Gamal Eldin to punt. Dangerous punt. He will punt from basically his own end zone. High and short kick. Chikomba fields it safely and tries to return it to the right, but it's tackled by number 5, Teodoran Tohe, alongside number 20 from the Titans team on the tackle. So back to back, we had an interception and a first punt of the game. Not to say that the defenses took control of the game in the last couple of series, but at least they showed some pride and some capabilities. We're going closer to the end of the first half, and with the proper time management, Bears can ensure that they will keep the ball until the end of the half. They were scheduled to receive the second half kickoff, so they can practically go 2 for 1. 2 series in a row without the opponent seeing the ball in their possession. Just they need to be methodical and tweet a lot of time of the clock, which is what they usually do. First and goal, first and 10 for the Bears on the 32-yard line of their own half. Chan on a quarterback keeper and plows ahead to the 34-yard line. Keep the ball on the ground, let the clock run, shorten the time, shorten the length of the quarter, and there is a whistle from the sideline because this is the 2-minute warning. Now, you go in 2-minute warning and you need to start throwing some passes. This is the obvious caveat of going 2 for 1, because now they have to change a little bit their philosophy on offense. They were a lot closer to the 2-minute warning they originally thought. Chan to throw to the left. It's Georgiev, but it's out. No, it's caught, but he was out of bounds. He was out of bounds, and this one will be incomplete. A good catch, but he was out of bounds when he caught the ball. So it's incomplete. It will be third and around 6 or 7 for the Sofia Bears. A nice connection between Chan and Georgiev, unfortunately for the Bears. He led him with the pass just a little too much to the left end over the left field line. Chan to throw on third down. Scanning the field, and this one is caught! This one is caught! And Emo Gurianov, the usual kickoff returner, now put in the field as a third wide receiver in the more air-oriented formation on the field. His first reception of the day. Now they're on the 30-yard line. They basically traded some seconds because the clock runs after a completion. They traded some seconds for some yards, but still they're in good shape to try to go for 6 more or 7 more points before the halftime. Chan to throw on first down. This one is intercepted. This one is intercepted, so it will be the second consecutive series on offense for the Bears with an interception. And still, the Titans were fighting for every yard, and in the end, it's pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line. But there is a flag. There is a flag nearby the interception area. And to be honest, it looks always like some pushing and some holding from the defense. Let's see what the flag is for. But in the end, the interception stands. So now the Titans have some time on the clock, just over a minute. There was a flag, but it was obviously picked up and nobody understood why, and nobody gave explanation. So the Bears were staying on the field with their offense. Now they have to scramble to put their defense on the field. A big confusion from the refereeing staff, but yeah, now the Titans have a chance with a long field goal to at least take the lead, or maybe try to go to the end zone on first down. It's Armstead down the middle, close to 15 yards. Dukes another one, and stopped at the 35-yard line. The Titans have only one remaining timeout. If you remember, they burned 2 of them in the first quarter. There's another flag thrown. Offside by the defense. This one will be declined. It's a first down, but more importantly, it stops the clock. It stops the clock, which is the most important thing for the Titans right now. So they have first and 10 from the 35-yard line. Around a minute to go in the first half. The Titans down by 2 against the Sofia Bears. From a pistol. Armstead with a deep ball. And this one is a little long for Begat Gamal Eldin. He was turned around, he couldn't locate the ball, and in the end, he couldn't catch it, simply. A deep shot which almost provided the necessary points for the Titans. Now, what will the Bears do? They were basically burnt on the last play by the Titans. Will they commit more players deep in the close to the end zone, or still try to pressure the quarterback? They're still trying to run 4 players, maybe 5 even, to rush 4 and drop down only 4. This one is overthrown and it's incomplete, intended for Chad Turner. Incomplete, which means 3rd and 10 from the 34. And the clock stops because of the incompletion. So they basically lost something close to 10 seconds on the last 2 plays, which still gives them enough time. Begat Gamal Eldin had already a extra point blocked, so I'm not exactly sure how much faith do the Titans have in him. What is his range for a field goal? They're still way out of his range, I think. 3rd down. Armstead looking to throw. This one is caught by Chad Turner. He loses a helmet, but he catches the ball. And it's another first down for the Bucharest Titans. Now in the red zone at the 17-yard line. The clock is running. Now the clock is running and the Titans have to hurry a little bit. The clock is running and they don't seem in a lot of hurry. Although first and 10 from the 17-yard line. Now you don't have the deep threat because the end zone backline works as an extra defender. This one was intended for number 12 from the Titans, but way beyond his reach. Alexandru Rus could not connect. Armstead with him. But it's a double whammy for the Titans because they are flagged for holding. Now they lose another 10 yards. Basically, I'm not sure that this is that bad for them because it gives them enough room to operate with a deep threat ball. Which in this situation maybe works somewhat in their advantage. There we're going back 10 yards, so now it will be 1st and 20 from the 27-yard line. And it's only 10 seconds to go. Maybe they have one shot to the end zone and then something like a Hail Mary. This is all they have in the first half. Armstead looking to throw, pressured. Armstead escapes Vasev. Armstead walking to the end zone, it's short and it's incomplete, and it should be the end of the half because the time simply ran out. 1 second. Okay, so they have one last Hail Mary try to have the ball at the 28 with 1 second to go. You're in no man's land. Not deep enough to try the typical Hail Mary, but yeah, you basically put all your top players in the end zone and try. Let somebody grab the ball. As I said in the beginning, you have Begat Gamaruddin. Just throw it high. Let him come with the rebound. If he's successful, okay. If not, it will be the end of the house and no harm. Now they also have number 0, another toe player who didn't play at all before. It's Dennis Pop on the right. 5 wide receivers. And Armstead scanning, looking to throw, pressured, goes beyond the half-yard line, the half line, trying to throw a deep ball, and this one is incomplete. So, in the end, no team was successful in scoring in the last 2 minutes of the half, and with the defense taking control, 2 interceptions, 1 series ended by a punt, and now a deep ball that was knocked away by the defenders. At the halftime, it's the Sofia Bears 14 and the Bucharest Titans 12 in the 6th round of the Danube American Football League, live from the Academica Stadium in Sofia. After a short break, we'll continue with the second half of the match that will decide who will have the home field advantage in the semifinals of the league in just 2 weeks' time. But
dura,
And we're back at the Academica Stadium in Sofia for the second half of the Danube American Football League matchup between Sofia Bears and Bucharest Titans. After a 15-minute break, the teams are back on the field for the second half, and it's Sofia Bears 14 and Titans 12 in the game which decides who will have the home field advantage in just 2 weeks' time, when they will gain meet in the semifinals of the league. The winner today plays at home, the loser goes away, and we'll have to travel all the way abroad, play against a team. Wow, you have to see it to believe it, what the Bears are actually doing at the moment. So this is why I just stopped for a moment, and this was something more of a huddle. It was like a violent demonstration of adrenaline, and now they're back on the field and they are ready to rock again. 14-12 for the Bears, and they will receive the second half kickoff with Emil Gurianov and Nikolai Georgiev deep to receive the ball. I saw Begata Malodin limping towards the locker room at the start of the halftime, but he seems okay, and his kick starts the second half of the match. It's Georgiev to field the kickoff, and he stopped short of the 20-yard line, but there is a flag. There is a flag nearby midfield. A lot of flags on the first half. Some of them accepted, some of them picked up from the refereeing crew, some of them declined, but a lot of activities for the referees today. It's hands to the face, from what I see from one of the judges. Yep, it will be against the Bears. It will be not 10 yards, but half the distance to the goal, basically. So they will start from the inside their 10-yard line. By road, it's 10-yard penalty, but the ball was on the 18-yard line, so they should be penalized 9 yards, and will start from the 9-yard line. Their first offensive series of the second half. So we're good to go. First and 10 for the Bears, and only the chain gang is missing. They have to be properly put on the line of scrimmage, and now we're finally ready to go. Yeah, still discussions between the player and the crew. Is it 10 full yards or half distance? Basically, there is a half a yard difference between 10 yards and half distance to go, but never mind. Now we start with Christian Chan on the center, as usual. Play action, and well, no, it was a run to the left, and Shannon Pereri stopped close to the line of scrimmage, a gain of maybe a yard. The halftime is when good teams make adjustments and make the opponents react to those adjustments and readjust their game plan. In terms of the Titans, they simply need to stop Bears on early downs on the ground and forced Chan to throw more than he likes. Some of his throws were erratic, two of them were picked off towards the end of the half. This time on the quarterback keeper, and Chan marches between the tackles and is close to the 20-yard line. But there is an injury. There is an injury. There are actually two Titans players that collided with each other, and this one doesn't seem very good. One of the defensive linemen was simply clipped and came under a lot of power. So we'll have a long stoppage here, unfortunately. He is laying face first on the field. Now he was turned on his back for medical assessment. And Titans will retreat towards the sideline for instructions from their coach during the medical timeout. When game resumes, we'll have a third down and short for the Sofia Bears, but first there will be medical evaluation of the Titans defensive lineman who is lying on the turf. There's an artificial turf on the Academic Stadium in Sofia, which is used for all home matches by the Bears. And now it's a good news, somewhat of a good news, because the Titans player is on his feet and looks like coming into his own power. I don't have number 99 in my list of players for the Titans. On the back of his jersey, he's referred simply as the sniper. It's Jonuts Marian Kirstian. Hopefully he's okay. He looks okay, walking under his own power and going toward the bench. And on the third down, they just dive forward, and it will be a fresh set of downs for the Bears. A quarterback sneak, something like a lost art. Something like a lost art in these days, where most of the QBs protect themselves in all cost, and most of the professional teams do not like to risk anything from their biggest investment. This is why they invented the ugly tush push, one of the ugliest plays that ever existed in football, and it's something that resembles more of a bad rugby match than a football game. But still, they don't outlaw it, despite many efforts in the last years. First and goal, first and 10 for the Bears, still a long way from the end zone. On the first down, there is a running play and 11 yards gain on the ground by Nikolai Georgiev on a jet sweep. So it's another first down, and the Bears start marching on. They are not as flashy as the air attack of the Titans. It's an area where the Titans have a great advantage in terms of the pass play, but the Bears are simply relentless in their ground pursuit, and they are gaining the tough yards. Old school, but effective. First and 10. This time on the left, and A couple of yards gained by the Bears. Just move the chains, just keep the ball moving towards the opponent half. Christian Milenkov comes into play to replace Nikolai Georgiev, who was a decoy on the last play as a threat for a jet sweep. Milenkov has a split end to the left, and Shannon Pereira in the backfield, with Rafael Bambasat in front of him as the lead blocker. 2nd and 8 for the Bears. It's Pereira, and he has a good hole to the right, and stopped around the 36 yard line. It will be 3rd down and somewhat short distance for the Bears to convert to gain a new set of downs. The biggest play of the half so far, if you don't count the QB sneak just a minute and a half earlier by Christian Chan. He's on the center. Veselin Bonchev is the leading blocker, and Pereira has a good hole on the left side. They simply managed to set the edge, and Pereira got enough room to maneuver and to go for the 1st down. And the chain is moving, setting the edge. This is the name of the game when you try to go outside, but no, this one is coming back because of a holding. This one is coming back because of a holding, and now we have a 3rd and close to 14, which is a situation where the Bears will have to try and throw the ball. These 3rd down penalty secure, especially when you're in your head always thinking about the next set of downs. Now you have to concentrate and go back to the drawing board for the 3rd and very long. And to be honest, not many plays in the Bears playbook that could gain 13 yards at once. Third and 13. And it's a deep ball. And it's towards Emogorian. And it's a catch. It's and now the Bears are on the verge of another touchdown, but this is the play of the game. Unbelievable, unfreaking believable what Emogorian just did. Oh baby, this was a killer. He had to come twice with the ball. He juggled it, but still managed to secure the catch. And after that, wow. It is a dagger into the hearts of the Titans. 1st and goal for the Bears, close to the end zone. Trying on the ground, close to the end zone, with the leading blocker at number 36, Viktor Vasev. Close to a traditional fullback, despite this being a dying position on the field. Back on the field is leading blocker with Shannon Pereira behind him. Pereira to the right. Usually in this situation, in the previous red zone possessions, we had Ben Basat and Atanasov in the backfield, with each of them scoring a touchdown. But on this series, we have Pereira and Vasev, and the things did not work on 1st and 2nd down. Now we have a 3rd down. The marker still shows 2nd down, but it's the 3rd down, unless there is a foul. There is a foul. Illegal formation on the Bears, so it will be 2nd down. Still goal to go, but from the 8 yard line. And now there is a mess because the marker says third down. It is second down. It is 8 to go. Okay, now it's all sorted. Second down, as the marker says on the other side of the field. And second and goal. Now Rafael Ben-Basati in the backfield with Vasev as a blocker. A different combination of the ground attack for the Bears on display. Chan on the keeper. But he's met in the backfield and it's a loss of a 4. It's loss of 4 down. 4 yards on the down by the Bears, and the third one will be already outside of the 10-yard line. A very slowly developing play, and it never stood a chance. The Titans defense simply shoot down in the backfield, and a loss of 4 for Chan. Third down and a goal from outside the 10-yard line. Chan to throw, just trying to escape in the first place, and in the end of at the back of the end zone, and it's dropped. Nikolai Georgiev had a clear shot at the pass, but it's dropped, and it will be fourth down and a decision time for the Bears. From here, it will be 28-yard shot for the kicker, who has a good leg, as it seems. And now Roberto Barakov will go for 3. It will still be a 1-score game, because if they score it will be 17-12, which a touchdown will negate, but at least they want to come with some points after this amazing catch by Emo Gurianov on the third down, just 4 plays earlier. Roberto Barakov from close to 30 yards, 29 to be precise. And Barakov's kick is no good. It's no good. So it stays 14-12 for the Sofia Bears. And this is their third successive offensive series with no points. 2 interceptions back-to-back thrown by Christian Chan, and now a missed 29-yard field goal by Roberto Barakov. And it's still 14-12 for the Bears. The ball will be placed at the 20-yard line because of the IFAF rules state that if a field goal is missed inside the red zone, the ball is placed on the 20-yard line. And this is where the Titans start their first offensive series of the second half. Quarterback keeper Armstead plowing ahead and gains close to 17 yards on the first down. One of the younger guys of the Sofia Bears is on the field at this moment as a cornerback, number 31. Petr Titev, playing against the lanky Popa on the left. Popa is usually as a decoy. He hasn't seen a ball thrown in his direction, but still you have to respect him, even though he may be Edward Scissorhands' new alter ego. 35 years ago, Johnny Depp made his break with Edward Scissorhands, who couldn't catch anything, but who was an excellent topiary master with his hands that were like scissors. Bill Schreiber in the backfield, his first play in a long time, and now Popa caught his first ball, and he's immediately tackled by Titev. And on first down, Titans gain something like 5 yards, and Popper's hand is injured. Unfortunately, he came down with an injury on the pinky finger. His pinky is numb. He fell awkwardly on his left hand, and now he'll have to undergo some treatment on the sidelines. Dennis Popper's first reception, unfortunately, is followed by an injury or a stinger. He's having troubles with his elbow, maybe a stinger, but he is replaced in the lineup, and it's now third down and close to 2 for the Titans. It's Schreiber, and he bursts through, and it's a first down. Tackled by Stamen of number 52, but after he gained enough for a first down. Now the Titans are gaining some ground with their running game, and now it's a reverse because of the long pass as a threat. Bears have to respect that, and now they don't have enough bodies on the line of scrimmage to counter Titans running attack. Armstead, long ball. This one is caught! Oh my God! Or maybe not. Or maybe not. The defenders show incomplete. The referee says incomplete. Chad Turner is the only one who claims that he got the ball, but it's incomplete. It's ruled incomplete on the field. Second down. A ball between 2 defenders. Chad Turner almost came down with it, but bobbled it at the end, and it touched the ground. So incomplete, and the second down for the Bucharest Titans. We're into the third quarter of the 6th round match from the Danube American Football League. It's the Sofia Bears 14 and the Bucharest Titans 12 in a game in which the winner gets home field advantage in the semifinals in just 2 weeks' time. 2nd and 10 for the Titans. Also on the ground. He was caught in the backfield. He somehow slipped at the first tackle, but at least a couple of Bears defenders have a clear shot on him. And it will be third down and 12 for the Titans. Popper is back on the field. He got his treatment by the doctor, and he will be sent to the right here on the third down play. 3rd and 12 for the Bucharest Titans. Bucharest Titans, who are trailing by 2. And it's too many men on the field. And it's too many men. No, a doctor is needed. Sorry, a doctor is needed. The side judge came with the hat in her hand, signaling that a doctor is needed. Now, 3rd down and 12. Darius Popper has a split end on the right, Chad Turner on the left, Owusu in the backfield. And there is a timeout. Timeout for the Titans. It's whether something in the alignment didn't look good for them, or there was simply too slow in operation and were close to be penalized for a delay of game. But in any case, it's the same thing in the second half. In the first half, if you remember, they burned 2 timeouts in the first quarter alone, and then in the final minute they simply had to rush with no opportunities to stop the clock when they were driving towards points after the late interception. Sometimes you just have to keep those timeouts in the pocket, but in this situation they burnt their first of the second half. It's still 3rd and 12. Armstead looking to throw, and he has a lot of time, caught by Chad Turner. Turner is stopped. Turner is finally caught, but over the first down line, and it's a late flag. Now, it will be very interesting to see what happened, because the flag came after the end of the play. So even if it's against the Titans, it should not negate the first down, but it will be interesting. Late hit by number 36 of the Bears. So it's so to the wounds of the Bears. They gave up the first down, and Victor Vasev, now playing on defense, is penalized for a late hit. So this will mean half the distance to the goal, and by all calculations the Titans should have the ball somewhere around the 15-yard line for the next play, for the next offensive play. They still need to enforce the penalty. And it will be, it will be a costly one for the Bears. They're deep in their own territory, deep in their half. It's on the 14-yard line. Now, more than ever, they need a big defensive stop. Owusu on the ground. Owusu through the first line of tackles. Owusu untouched in the end zone. And it's a touchdown for the Bucharest Titans. And it's 18-14 with the extra point to come for the visitors. First TD of the day for Henry Owusu. Safety and at the same time running back for the Bucharest Titans. And they are ahead for the first time today. And now they will go for how many? For 2. Well, a 2-point conversion gives you a 6-point advantage, which means that if Bears score a TD, they need to get the extra point to move ahead. But they will think it off. They'll still think over it. For me, going for 2 is the right play, although they keep on losing extra point after extra point after extra point after extra point, and in the end it may be costly for them, but the math says go for 2. You'll be up by 6 with 6 points for a TD, and then the Bears will need to add the extra point. And even if you go back by a point, the next time you score a TD, you go for 2 and you'll be back on schedule, trading TDs with the opponents. But it's easier said than done, because they missed the kick. They were unsuccessful on a 2-point conversion, and now another 2-point conversion. They're second of the match. Chad Turner to the left, alongside Gamal Eldin. The usual combo on the left. This is where they go the previous time. Now it will be a QB keeper, and Armstead trying to outrun the defenders, and it is no good. Let's see the reaction by the referee. No sign still. Turner says it's a good try. The Bears, of course, said it's no good, and it's a good try. They wrote that the ball broke the plane before Armstead stepping out of bounds. So it's a 2-pointer for the Bucharest Titans, and it's 20-14 for the Titans. A little controversial decision, but we'll see. It's 20-14 for the Titans, and they're up by 6. close to the end of the third quarter. They converged, they discussed, and in the end, the crew decided that the 2-point try is good. So 12 to 14 for the Titans, with the kickoff coming from Begat Gamal Eldin. It will go through the end zone, and it's a touchback. So from the 20-yard line, the Bears will go back on offense. 3 straight offensive series that came with no points. 2 interceptions thrown by Christian Chan and 1 missed field goal. But you have to block all those past series, because the most important play is always the next one. You cannot change anything that has already happened. And now they start from the 20-yard line, down by 6, but with the ball in their hands, trying to retake the lead in this 6th round Danube American Football League match. First and 10 for the Bears. A run on the left with Shannon Pereira, and a good gain on the first down, close to 5 yards by the Bears running back. Back to the basics, back to the ground attack. Some untimed, basically ill-timed penalties during the last couple of drives, which forced the Bears into uncomfortable situations where they have to throw, even though they did not like it. But yeah, you have to adjust. 2nd and 5 for the Sofia Bears, with Pereira in the backfield and Chan on the center. Now they try on the right, and this is Rafael Ben-Bassat, who is close to no, it's Nikolai Georgiev who is close to the first down. Now a sweep. They tried this only for the 2nd time, and the results are very encouraging. 3rd and very short for the Bears. 3rd and just over a length of the ball for them to convert and get a fresh set of downs. They have a QB sneak available here, but they can keep it for an eventual 4th down. Now they can try to go through the air, which they do, and this one is caught. This one is caught by his 2nd long reception of the day, and now they're deep in the half of the Titans. It was simply a situation where they could afford a long ball, knowing that on 4th down they can do it with a QB sneak, and this one worked to perfection. Basically, it's usually done on 2nd down. We have 2nd and very short. Try to go for it. Try to hit a long ball, and if you succeed, great. If not, there is always a short play on the 3rd down. But the Bears are the Bears. They would have done it on 4th down if needed. 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line for the home team, with Shannon Pereira in the backfield. Rafael Ben-Bassat is the leading blocker. Pereira stopped after gain of 3. It will be 2nd and just over 7 for the Bears, and Pereira needs a breather, and Atanas Atanasov comes back on the field. Pereira got the bulk of carries in the 2nd half, and he was hitting the leg and come a little awkward at the end of last play, so he will need some time on the sideline, maybe a play or 2 before coming back. So now it will be Atanas Atanasov in the backfield, but there is a whistle. And this is the end of the third quarter. So there's only one left, and the last 15 minutes of the match will start with the Bucharest Titans leading 2014 against the Sofia Bears in a game where the winner gets the home field advantage in 2 weeks' time for the semifinals of the Danube American Football League. In the final quarter, the Titans will have the wind in their backs, but first they have to negotiate this offensive series by the Bears, which brought the ball all the way to the 16-yard line, and it will be second and goal for the Sofia Bears, trailing by 6. Chan on the keeper. He has a lot of blockers in front of him. Chan on the keeper, still going, and it's inside the 15-yard line. A lot of room, but a gain of something close to 3, maybe 4, and it will be third and medium for the Sofia Bears. A lot of work for not much yards by the Bears on the last play. But anyway, they're in 4-down territory. You're in the fourth quarter. You're down by 6. Your kicker just missed a 29-yard field goal during the previous series. So it's fourth down on every situation from now on. So the Bears trying to establish a home, trying to gain a home field advantage 2 weeks from now for the semifinals. Shannon Pereira in the backfield. No, it's Atanasov. Chan looking to throw. Directing traffic. This one is picked off. This one is picked off. This one is picked off in the end zone. The Bears think the ball hit the ground. It went through the hands of a cornerback. Then it was deflected by Gurianov. Now there is a flag because of unsportsmanlike conduct, probably from a player in white. And this one is a real mess. This one is a real mess because it looked like a double deflection and caught by a Titans defender. Yeah, it's a penalty against the Bears after the play, which results in an interception, the third one thrown by Christian Chan today. So the Titans get the ball up by 6, 20-14, and or not. This penalty is against the Titans, but after the play. But it's still after the play. So the play stands as called. It's an interception. And the Titans get the ball, but they have to start from the 10-yard line, deep in their own half. Well, there's enough time still for the Bears, but after they went 14-6 ahead, they are shut out with 3 interceptions and a missed field goal. And now they have to rely on their defense. Will Schreiber on the first down. Gains enough for a first down for the Titans, and it's close to the 30-yard line. A gain of 18 on the play for the Titans. Now they're the team that needs to stay on the ground, to eat seconds and minutes off the clock, try to get a long series, and basically any points at this time will move them closer to the win and getting a semifinal on their home field in 2 weeks' time. Owusu. And now they're working on the ground, and this one gets additional 14 or 15 yards, and Chris Owusu is simply plowing through the Bears defense. 2 plays and more than 34 yards combined for the Titans, back deep in their own territory, and now they're almost at midfield. Armstead on the keeper, nobody to stop him. Armstead on the right, crossing the midfield, stopped near the 37-yard line, and the Titans are rolling. The Titans are marching towards the end zone. Any score will make it very hard for the Bears. They may feel somewhat done by the umpiring crew after the 2-point conversion, after the interception in the end zone, but the truth is, 4 straight series they came out empty. Armstead on first down throws, and it's called by Popa, tackled immediately by Titev. It's second tackle for Peter Titev. A short gain, but the clock keeps on running. It will be second and around 7 yards for the Titans, already in Bears territory. Bears need some inspiration from their defense. They need to keep the Titans off the board in this series, otherwise it's close to being over. Armstead, another first down, and he's still on his feet. Armstead into the red zone, close to the 10-yard line, and Samuel Armstead is moving the Titans in the right direction. It will be close to first and goal. And now the Bears are tired. Now they spend a lot of time on the field in the second half, under the sun, in this beautiful Saturday afternoon in Sofia, the Academica Stadium. Now an interesting lineup with Turner and Pop on the right. Turner goes split left, and now it's a jet sweep with Chad Turner and his Jets, but he's short. The ball came out, but it's out of bounds, so the Titans keep possession. It didn't roll through the end zone, so it will be second and just over 3 yards for the Bucharest Titans. The same as the same outlook, the same look basically as the last time with Turner on the right, but now he stays to work on a slant. This one is nowhere near him. It's a very complex route by him, going inside on a slant, then going outside to the corner, and he was blanked by a couple of Bears D-backs. So it will be third and close to 2 for the Titans. Basically any points will do. Any points will push the score to a 2 score. So even a field goal from here is okay, but no field goal. It's Armstead on the keeper, and Armstead is dancing into the end zone, and it's another touchdown for the Bucharest Titans, and now it's 26-14 with the obvious 2-point try coming up. Now the math says that they should simply go for 2 to make it a 2 full TDs difference, and of course the offense will stay on the field. Or no? Well, If they go for one, I simply don't understand it. I simply don't understand it. The math is not on your side. You have to go for two to make it a 14-point game. But somehow in their minds, the Titans decide to go for one, and this one is good. This one is good, and it's 27-14 for the Bucharest Titans. Well, it's not very likely that the Bears will have two unanswered touchdowns, but in the end, this one may come to bite them. Much stranger things has happened in the world of football for the past century and a half, so we'll have to wait and see. But they had a chance to go up by 14. They decided to go for a kick, and now it's a 13-point game, 27-14 for the Bucharest Titans. A medic is needed on the Titan sideline. A player collapsed. Nothing scary, but yeah, it's general fatigue after all these hours under the sun. We started 2 hours and 15 minutes ago, so you have to imagine with this running constantly on the field, most of the not most, but the majority of the players are playing both sides, offense and defense, especially the mostly skilled ones of them. And now we have a kickoff by Begat Gamal Eldin. Short line drive kick, which will be returned by Emo Gurianov. The Bears are trying to set up blocks in front of him, and Gurianov is stopped even before crossing the 20-yard line. Excellent work by the Titans special team, and it's a long field for the Bears, and now they can't simply go and run the ball. They need to throw. They have some good and they have some bad throws so far, so it's an iffy proposition. But they need to try and come with some big plays through the air, because the time is not on their side. 27-14 is the score in favor of the Titans. Chan to throw on the first down, and it's a deep ball towards Georgiev, and it's intercepted, and it should be the end of the match. Another interception by Vuka Roshu. This is the fourth INT thrown by Christian Chan. Well, they had to go for it. They simply don't have enough time to try and gain anything on the ground, so they have to go outside of their comfort zone, and this one was intercepted. This one was intercepted, but there is a flag on the field. There is a flag. So we have to wait and see. The Bears are coming with their defense, but there is still a flag. And it needs some sorting. A flag on the play near where the interception was made. Well, nobody seems to care about the flag. None of the referees is going to... Okay. It's after the interception. So it will be 10-yard penalty for the Titans, but they'll keep the point. They will keep the ball. This is the most important thing at the moment. They will keep the ball. No matter how deep they are in their own half, they're keeping the ball, and they will have the opportunities to run at least 3 plays. If not something terrible happens, until they're securing the ball, until they're running it safely on the ground, the clock will keep on running. The clock is their friend. The clock is an enemy for the Bears, because the time is running out and they're running out of opportunities to come back into this game, in which the Titans have scored 27 unanswered points. 1st and 10. and they decided to throw. And this one is caught by Chad Turner, and it's a first down. A simple slant, which gives the Titans 12 yards on the first down. First and goal. And it's Owusu on the ground. And it's Owusu with his fresh legs. And Owusu is going through the tackles. And Petar Titef is injured. Petar Titef injured his knee, and he will have to come out of the game. Maybe at least for a play. Owusu's nifty moves were too much for Titef. It's another first down for the Titans. Titef will stay on the field, but he's an easy target. They probably will pick up that he has a knee discomfort. In this case, you simply go against him. But we'll see if they throw a ball to Popa. No, it's a deep ball to the left. And this one is caught. And it's a touchdown to Begad Gamal Eldin. Finally, they connected. They tried this a number of times, but now this connection goes for another 6 points for the Bucharest Titans. And now officially it's a rout. It's 33-14 for the Titans. Now they go for another one to make it a 20-point game. This one is low and it's blocked. But despite having his having second shot by Gamal Eldin blocked, the Bears are trailing by 19 with less than half of the final quarter to go, and they're in a deep hole, down 33-14. And the kickoff goes through the end zone, so it will be a touchback. And now it's simply a question of who has the desire to finish the match, because in terms of the winner, it's everything is clear. Up by 19, it will be a monumental collapse by the Titans. And simply the Bears don't have that many of big plays to count on them. To score quick, to recover an onside kick, to score again, recover another onside kick and score again. And it's too much with so little time left on the clock for them. But at least they can try some new things for the next game between the two teams in 2 weeks, which will obviously be in Bucharest. Chan to throw on 1st and 10. And this one is short. He couldn't follow through with his throw, so Christian Milenkov had to readjust and didn't have enough time to do it. It was almost intercepted. 4 interceptions day by Christian Chan today. Two in the first half, two in the second half. One of them very fluky, but it all counts. They all count the same, and the Bears have been shut out since leading 14-6. It's 27 straight unanswered points by the Bucharest Titans. This one is caught, and now some of the younger guys have chance to make a name for themselves. Nathan Chikomba, who usually fields the punts, with his first reception of the day. Now it's all pass, no run, all pass, so they have to rely on second or third stringers just to have enough bodies on the field who can catch a ball. Chikomba in the slot. Shallow pass to Atanas Atanasov, who makes a play, but only 3 or 4 yards. And it's not enough for the first down. Stopped short of the line of grain. And it will be a 4th down. And the Bears will, of course, go for it. It's a last-ditch throw, and who knows? Two wide receivers on the right. Milenkov has a split end on the left, and no Nikolai Georgiev on display. It's a QB sneak, which is good for a first down. Or no. There's still no signal, but now they have it. Now they have the first down. The Bears show some explosiveness in the second half, but a lot of miscues in the red zone plagued them. Leading by 2, they missed a relatively short 29-yard field goal, negating a big play, a pass to Emil Gurianov. After that, they had an interception in the red zone, basically in the end zone, on a fluky double deflection. It's the same Emil Gurianov, the aforementioned, going for 6, maybe even 7 on first down. Second down, so the Bears will finish the regular season 2-4, as it seems, beating twice the Rebels, losing twice to Kragujevac, and as things go, it will be their second loss against the Bucharest Titans. We will finish second in the standings, and we'll play against the Bears at home in 2 weeks' time. Chan scanning the field. This one is beyond the reach of Milenkov, and despite his pleas for defensive interference, Theodor Antoche played it cleanly, and it's a 3rd down. Even though there is a contact, Milenkov didn't sell it very good, so the referees could not help him, even if they want to. Third and 7 for the Sofia Bears. Chan to throw. This one to Chikomba, but way over his reach. Nathan Chikomba did not burst through the line of scrimmage as Chan anticipated, and the ball was well in front of Chikomba, so it will be 4th down, and probably the last bit of hope for the Sofia Bears. If they don't convert, then it's basically victory formation time for the Bucharest Titans. Chan on the center. Trying to go back himself, and it should be good to go. It should be enough for a first down. It was a surprise for the defense of the Titans. They were not ready for a QB run. And the keeper on the right gives a fresh set of downs to Bears. Four minutes and 36 seconds, if I'm correct. 4:36 until the end of the match. The Titans are playing with their backups. Chance to throw. This one is in no man's land. Now this will give 15 free yards for the to the Bears. Well, Begat Gamaruddin turned his back to the play and he simply collided with the player, and yeah, a stupid penalty, but this one keeps Bears on the field, at least for now. $15 yards penalty. Well, I'm not agreeing, to be honest, because the hit was after the ball was already on the ground, so it is a late hit, but it can't be a defensive pass interference. It's either late hit or no penalty at all. Never mind. This is why the Titans coach complains. And it's not a spot foul like in NFL, so it's irrelevant. In NFL, the defensive pass interference is a spot foul under the IFFA rules. Under IFAF rules, it's a 15-yard penalty. So Bears keep possession at the 28-yard line of the Bucharest Titans. Channel on keeper. Travel pass, but the catastrophe is held tightly and maybe somewhat longer than usual. And it was it's not very clean of a tackle, as the Titans player went for the knee and held it long enough after the play. Yeah, he's the running back, but after all, there needs to be some caution by all the players. The referee is right, he's the running back, but doesn't mean that he can break his leg by snapping it in two. It will be second down for the Bears. They took a timeout after the play. On second down, not much of a gain for the Bears. Kurmaraikov, another one of the young guys. They dressed a lot of young guys today. Well, they did not envision probably to put them in play when they're so much down by so many points, but when you're down 19 and very little time to go, it's just time for the kids to let them play and see how will they respond to the controversy. Third down. Swing pass to the left. And this one is good for a first down. And this one is good for the first down. Connection between Christian Chan And number 56, Bijo Bijev, another one of the youngsters. His first year on the team. And Bijo, well, not good for the first down to be, as it seems, fourth and very short. Fourth and very short for the Bears. Unless they convert here, it's basically the end of all hopes. Chan, a deep ball. And this one is not even near his intended receiver. And it's the 5th interception of the day. And he's still on his feet. And the DB is trying to make a name for himself. And finally he's brought down. And there is a flag. And we'll check the flag. But it's the 5th interception by Christian Chan. Caught by number 5 from the opposing team. Theodor Antoche, tackled by Chan. And at the end of this messy play, there is also a flag on the field. The legal block in the back against number 81 from the visiting team. It's Viktor Jovchev, one of the 3 Bulgarian players in the Titans team. One of the 3 Varna Sharks players who joined the Titans in this year's Danube American Football League season. And it's half the distance to the goal, but it moves Titans another 2 minutes and 47 seconds closer to the win. It's only 2 minutes and 47 seconds left on the clock. This one is dead. This one is broken up in the backfield. Loss of a couple of yards on the play. Second and 12. Chris Owusu is out of the game. But this one too, Chad Turner is too far in front of him. Incomplete. I'm not sure why they need to throw the ball. Just run it, run out the clock, and let's go home and celebrate the win. Now you just simply prolong the game with a couple of more plays, and in this situation there is always a chance for injury, a freak injury, and you'll be missing an important player for the semi-final. No, I simply don't get it. But it's me. It's 3rd and 12 for the Titans. With an empty backfield on top of everything. And this one is incomplete. And now they have to punt. And now there is some pushing in the backfield of the Titans. And Matej Pange more or less tried to kick an opponent player. But it went unnoticed by the referees. And now is a punt. They simply didn't need to do this, but for some reason the Titans came up swinging and throwing the ball. Now Nathan Chikomba with another chance for a punt return. High and booming kick and fair catch signal, so nobody will touch the ball, and it will be downed by the Titans by number 88, and this is Aran Enzo Dorogi. Just over 46 yards punt, no return, and the Bears will have their final possession of the game after five straight picks thrown by Christianchen. Now we have a new QB. It will be Roberto Barakov. He played as a kicker. He kicked a couple of extra points, but now Roberto Barakov is into the game as a quarterback for the Sofia Bears. Basically, both teams emptied their benches to give a chance to every player who dressed up to play today. On the ground, and it's a good game. It's an excellent game, to be honest, for Bijev. Close to the 2-minute warning. And counting out the final minutes of this game. The Bears showing a sign of life with the youngsters in the closing minutes of this contest. Barakov to throw. This one is called by Chikomba. Close to the first down. A gain of almost 7 yards. Well, it may mean little, but these youngsters have a great opportunity to play and to wet their feet. Just over a minute to play with 23-14 advantage for the Bucharest Titans. There's basically nothing to play for, and very casual handoff to Chikomba, who plows to the defenders, and Chikomba to the right, and Chikomba goes to the end zone, and this is his first touchdown of the season. So yeah, it was at Nathan Chikomba with a 34-yard run through the left side. Yeah, it was casual by both sides, but very flamboyant handoff from Barakov to Chikomba, and it's 33-20 for the in favor of the Bucharest Titans, with the extra point to come. Barakov as a QB and now as a kicker, or will they go for 2? So why not? If they go for 2, it makes it 11-point game, which is 2-score game, but come on, it's all but mathematically over. No, they will go for 1. They'll go for 1 because maybe we'll need Roberto Barakov in 2 weeks' time as a place kicker. He's 2 for 2 on the extra points, but missed his only field goal try today. And this one hit the crossbar. The ball should be dead. The ball hit the crossbar and it should be dead, but for some reason the refs let the play go on. If the ball hits the upright, it is dead. At the second it hit the crossbar or the upright, but the referee simply missed that. Never mind. No harm done. 33-20 in favor of the Titans, with a kickoff coming. Will they try an onside kickoff? The chances to recover it are small, but a doctor is needed. So the Bears have a little more time to think over it. Marian Stoyan is on the ground deep into Titans territory. The chances to recover an onside kick are very small. In 17 years covering the Sofia Bears, I have never seen them at least try an onside kick. So for me, it's hard to imagine they will do it now, but we'll have to wait and see. Well, they will try the onside kick. They have to split 5 on the left and 5 on the right. So no overload on one side of the ball to prevent an injury. And it's up to Barakov to decide to the left or to the right to kick the short ball. It will be to the left and it will be recovered by the Titans. Well, not exactly a onside kick. Basically, he didn't have a chance. He didn't give a chance to his teammates to try to recover it. In this case, you either kick it high enough to give them a chance to jump, or at least make the ball squibble a little bit, so it may not be fielded cleanly by the receiving team. But at the end, it simply may not be consequential at all. Last seconds of the game and up by 13. Bucharest Titans have the ball at midfield. A kneel down and one more and the game will be over. Not the usual victory formation, but the Titans have a quarterback in Samuel Armstead who is not used to get the ball in the center. Now it's officially over and the Bucharest Titans have beaten the Sofia Bears 32-20 in the round 6 of the Danube American Football League. The win puts them in with 4 wins and 2 losses to second place in the final standing of the regular season, and now they will meet again the Bears in just 2 weeks time, but this time in Bucharest on home field to play for the spot in the inaugural Danube American Football League title game against Craiova Old Rebels. An excellent start of the game for the Bears. They were leading 14-6, but after that 27 unanswered points for the Titans, which put them in front for good. And after that, a late touchdown by Nathan Chikomba just to give some encouragement that the young players of the Sofia Bears were up to the task, and they did not disappoint in their first meaningful minutes during this season. So 33-20, the Bucharest Titans finish the regular season in second place, and in 2 weeks time it will be the Titans and the Bears once again, but this time in Bucharest in the semi-finals of the Danube American Football League.